We're about to be ambushed.
Are you sure?
Yep. We are completely surrounded. It's gonna be a pretty good scrap.
We can take him.
Oh, I'm sure we could, but instead, I want you to let yourself get captured.
What? No way.
Right. The only way we're gonna be able to find their camp is if they take you alive and drag you back to it. Take this tracking device so I can locate you.
Can I at least put up a fight?
Just don't overdo it. You don't want them to kill you. Get ready. Here they come.
I do hope that young Boba will be all right.
Don't worry, Toto. He should be fine. As long as the sand people ain't hungry.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The key was not to fight nature, unless it fights you first.
There's my Volpa.
This should be easy.
What is this?
It's called a tackle.
Who are you?
Relax. I've got this one, honey.
Honey?
All right. Oh no. Come on! What a piece of junk! I've been swindled. I should have known better than to trust a used speeder salesman.
Okami! Do you have what you owe me?
Hey, Pintu. I was just coming to see you. I've been helping a new client rebuild her speeder. I was waiting for her to pay me the last few credits she owed me.
So, where's my money?
I'm a few credits short.
Then this is going to hurt pretty bad, Okami.
Well, the question is, will it hurt me or you?
You're doing pretty good.
You can go get help anytime you want, Ahsoka.
But only if you let me stay free of charge.
Free? No way! Fine. Free of charge. Just go get help! Oh! That hurt.
I think you want to leave now.
Tell Okami his debts are far from being paid.
Kind of a undercity vigilante to some degree, helping people who can't help themselves, you know? So we have some art here. This is an arc that would have, again, started with her in the depths of Coruscant, and circumstances would have brought her back to the surface. So again,
I started to develop different costumes again. I always like to change that up. I was actually trying to do something that was in some ways reminiscent of Ventress, also reminiscent of the sister on Mortis. There were certain elements that she was playing with in her costume. So these are just doodles. And these, I would do these when George and I were talking about the stories. I would sit and be drawing the whole time as he and I were talking about it. So these are just some really early. You can see that like on the kind of skirt element, she's got a 3-panel thing going on. And I actually kept that with that type of belt pretty much in Rebels. But that was done years ago, before we even thought of Star Wars Rebels.
So the arc of it would essentially find out that some nefarious entities, and I won't go into what, are at work in the depths of Coruscant and have gone so far as to endanger Master Yoda.
Yes.
And our heroes go into the depth. Ahsoka joins them in this search. And this is the arc where you would have found out, this is their exploration vehicles.
Yeah.
This is the arc that you would have found out that deep beneath Coruscant's surface, deep beneath the Jedi Temple, is an ancient Sith temple.
The base level.
Yeah.
The base level one, yeah. When you get to the root of Coruscant, I said to George, a lot of churches and things are actually built on ancient pagan sites. So what if we got really far down and there was some kind of dark side of the Force area that's so many levels below the Jedi Temple? But that's why they built the Jedi Temple there, because they had defeated that, and years later they had built above it. So what you see there in the center is like these massive pillars that are holding up everything above it, but it's literally vertical straight down below. And inside there was like this kind of giant infernal machine that's got all these big gears that are turning. It would be within our budget, but it was going to be produced here. But it was going to be amazing. But yeah, we never got to do it. But I drew it. So
yeah,
this was a conversation I told you about, because Pablo gets all this stuff, and I don't always make notes about what they are. And I said, you know what that is? And he said, no. But this was a moment where Ahsoka was actually protecting the holocron vault by impaling her lightsaber in this doorway to melt it shut. And Sidious was actually on the other side of this big door, sending force lightning up her lightsaber blade and out the other side to attack her. So there was this. That was as close a conversation between the two of them.
They never got face to face. There was a barrier between them. But you saw a battle going on between both.
That'd been a cool effect. Yeah. You don't want to fight that. You probably lose that crisis, basically.
Yeah. So one of the final arcs, really final arc of the series, as proposed,
would
have reunited Ahsoka with the clone troopers with Anakin. So they would have seen each other one last time before the encounter in Rebels.
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking right there, by the way. I have to say, it's like, simple drawing, whatever. Like, especially after a season 2 finale, like, I see that and it just stirs up a lot of emotion about the last time they saw each other.
Well, it was really cool. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a story really quickly, to be fair, because I'm going to say so nothing later. But at this point, and I think I can say this, I don't think this is bad. When Pablo and I, now we're in trouble together, which is great. So what happened was that Ahsoka was working with the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan, because Ahsoka knew Satine. So she was working with Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan figures out when Maul is back on Mandalore, because Maul had been a shadow terrorizing them and still wielding control over them politically through Prime Minister Ullman. Very complex politics in Clone Wars, remember. So they realize he's back on Mandalore, and they have an opportunity to get him. And she knows that that's really important to Obi-Wan. It's important to Obi-Wan, it's important to Anakin. So she and Bo-Katan contact the Jedi and say, we have this opportunity. We know where Maul is, we can get him. So she meets with Anakin and Obi-Wan in person. And they say, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to back you. And there's this great moment where they're kind of together, but then they get a call from Master Yoda and interrupts the whole plan. And he says, I need Skywalker and Kenobi back to Coruscant immediately. The city's been attacked and the Chancellor's been taken prisoner. So they have to go off on that mission, which is the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. And Ahsoka goes off the other direction. What happens is this nice long walk down the hallway where Anakin expresses how proud he is of Ahsoka and everything she's achieved. And even though she left, he understands it to some degree. He's not completely happy about it still, but he gets it kind of worked out. Don't get emotional.
Are you okay?
And so you'll be fine. At least you will be. And what happens is that he says, I'm not going to leave you on this mission. I'm protected. And these hangar doors open up and reveals all these clones standing there from half the 501st. And they're all now wearing orange helmets and orange striped helmets like her. And Rex is there, and Anakin has given Rex's command unit to Ahsoka to go and attack Mandalore with Bo-Katan and take back the planet. And so that's why Rex also isn't in the movie. See, it all makes sense.
Are you trying to make us cry?
And it was great, because when the doors open, they all like salute, and they all get like that, and they all like, and it's this moment, and you see this little, what was a little girl standing there, now she's grown, and she has command of this whole thing.